Meditate on what attaches you to this world. Now, let all of those attachments go. Let them flow down the river, forgotten.
What? Why would I let go of Katara? I love her.
Learn to let her go.
So meditating is hard, or more like the discipline and dedication to just sit down and empty your brain of all of thought juices is tough, which is weird. You would think an exercise where you literally do nothing would be done by every single human on earth, but it's not. But if you ask 9 out of 10 people who have tried to build this habit, they couldn't stick with it. Even those who are super disciplined in other aspects of life. I mean, if you give me the option to run for 10 minutes a day or meditate for 10 minutes a day, well, the answer is obvious. So as someone who is diagnosed with ADHD, I'm going to try to meditate for 10 minutes a day for a week. Oh, and this challenge is brought on by Mr. Angelo. His YouTube's in the description if you want to check it out. He makes really fucking good videos. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with all the, oh my God, I feel so good, every single day vlogging clips or anything like that. I'm not really into that stuff. This video is all about science, so we're gonna get to the fucking meat. Let's get into it. Meditation is fucking insane. And you're stuck with me until you agree, so. Oh, and I'm also gonna be reading from my laptop, so I'm gonna be looking down. Just don't mind me. After consistent meditation practices, 3 important neurological changes begin to occur. Number 1. Gray matter density. This happens specifically in the hippocampus and the frontal cortex. This means learning and remembering shit gets easier and more efficient. And for the frontal cortex, well, it's involved in all of this. So basically what makes you, you. Number 2, thickening of the prefrontal cortex. This one is dope, especially for those of us who have smoked a little bit too much herb in their life. So, as we all know, the prefrontal cortex is where a large portion of complex decision-making and planning comes from, which is why when you're under the age of 25, especially as a teenager, you are just so fucking stupid and clearly not an adult. You're literally missing the hardware to make a good decision. It goes without saying that a solid PFC, prefrontal cortex, is a necessity for living a successful life in any regard. Number 3, the decrease of the volume of your amygdala. All right, and this one's another banger. This is a good one. The amygdala is the area of the brain that causes fear and the root of our stress response. In a few words, small amygdala, little to no fear, big amygdala, you're a pussy. And if you're anything like me, this one is huge. Throughout my entire life, I've dealt with anxiety issues, panic disorders, just fear. I always told myself that if I didn't have fear, I would be unstoppable. And well, now we have a tool that's actually achievable. And these are just the structural changes. This isn't even including the psychological, aka mind stuff. I'll get into that in a second. Let me just paraphrase. Not only will you be more calm and less likely to crash out, but you'll also be more in the moment with less mind chatter. You'll be locked in. Let me say that again. You want to be locked in 2025? Then sit your ass down, clear that little funny head of yours, and channel your inner Aang. What was that? How do I meditate? How do I clear my thoughts? That's actually a good question. There are many ways to meditate, especially if you ask the internet. But let's ask our friend Occam for his razor. Okay. I'll stop being sarcastic. Number 1, meditation. Now this one is for the hippie girls that like to go to India and give money to the homeless just to talk about it on kombucha night. Basically, you just repeat a positive, loving phrase about yourself, others, or to the world. For example, may I be happy, may I be healthy, and may I live with ease. Yeah, it kind of gives like live, laugh, love vibes. Not really my style, If you're into this, more power to you. Honestly, I just personally am never this glee. Um, Maybe I just didn't get enough love as a child. I don't know. Not for me. Number 2, focus, attention, meditation. Now we're getting somewhere. This is a good one. This is the one that most people envision when they think of meditation. It's the stereotypical, and why are they doing this? Well, like I just said, focus, attention. The goal is to focus on a single point, chanting the mantra Om, or it could be looking at a point in your room, it could be a candle, or even your breath. And if you get distracted, you just have to make sure to walk your way back to the center of focus that you picked in advance. The benefits of this meditation is mental clarity, focus, and that is super advantageous in today's society of TikTok and inattention in general. Number 3, mindfulness meditation. This is the one I'm actually going to be doing for the 7-week challenge. This is by far the most popular meditation. It's also the most beginner friendly. So like the focus attention we just discussed, you can focus on your breath or a certain body part. Me, I chose my breath. But you don't need the razor sharp focus as the focus attention meditation. The goal here is to be relaxed. If you get distracted, it's okay. Just gently, like I said, walk your way back to whatever you're focusing on. The goal is to just be blank, which will not last long, but don't get frustrated. When you notice yourself getting distracted, just return back to monkey and be zen. The benefits of this one is relaxation, emotional regulation, reduction anxiety, and improved attention. This is what the core of meditation is. And the past 2 are really just variations on mindfulness meditation. This is the meditation. And I think it's what Aang does. So it's automatically my favorite. So key takeaways. It can help to focus on a point to return back to, which will happen many, many, many times a session. Just because you get distracted doesn't mean you're failing to meditate. I want you to really understand this. Meditation is about reps. What are reps? The reps are each cycle of gently getting distracted and returning back to whatever you're focusing on. That's all we're doing here. That's the reason we sit down, close our eyes, is to limit distractions. So when they do come up, we can easily return back to our point of focus, and that's it. It's really simple, and anyone can do it. Maybe that's why no one does it. It seems too easy, and it's too easy to not do it. But the evidence is clear. And if you're listening to me right now you know. Never forget that meditating consistently will change your life. You won't get ripped or be able to run a marathon just from a few mindfulness sessions. But you will become a more effective and loving human being. And that makes it a more important exercise than anything else I could possibly think of. It's magical. And it's so fucking simple. Just fucking do it. Okay, now we actually talk about my challenge, how I did. Honestly, I think since I was doing it as a challenge, which maybe this will help, you should definitely, get a little cerebral about it. I've tried to meditate many times in the past, and I've never actually been able to stick with it for more than a day, 2 days. Since I'm making a video about it, it was actually way easier than I thought. I did, like I said, I did 10 minutes instead of 5 minutes, like Angelo originally, set the challenge out to be. I did it before bed, mostly. I also did a few 2-a-days. I did one, I did 3-a-day. It was nice, actually. I definitely fell asleep just easier when I was doing it before bed. And yeah, I mean, like I said, do I feel different? Not really. Maybe a little more calm, a little more zen. But yeah, it was a good time. I'm gonna keep doing it. Maybe in a few years I'll be fucking anged out. I don't know. But maybe one day I'll be more patient, more, monk-like. Oh yeah, more monk-like. That's the goal, isn't it? Just be better. I could definitely actually tell the difference in my attention. That was probably the most noticeable one by me. I'm just more just, okay, we can take it slow. We can take it slow. That's cool. But yeah, it was a fun challenge. Thank you, Mr. Angelo, for setting this challenge upon me. I had fun making this video. The script was fun to write. I like science shit, you know, I just talked about the science. Yeah. All right. Adios. Oh, and this challenge was brought on by Mr. Angelo. His YouTube description is in the... Fuck, bro, I can't fucking speak.